I am Araceli, a wealth advisor, real estate investor in the United States and Canada, and creator of Wealthy Women in Real Estate. Every week, I meet with Colette, a real estate broker and a real estate investor in Canada. We come together to talk about all things real estate investing and how to increase your wealth. Join us. Welcome, everyone. This is Araceli, transition wealth advisor and real estate investor in the US and Canada, helping all of those of you that don't think that they can retire invest in real estate. And my specialty is in the US. So I'm here in my chat with Colette. Colette, can you introduce yourself and tell us what we're talking about today?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Colette Rabba, and I am a residential real estate broker in the GTA, and that means Ontario, Canada. So GTA is Toronto, generally the greater Toronto area. If you know what that means, welcome. If you are from outside of the GTA, that's okay. We're here to share whatever information with all of you.
Yes.
So today we are talking about, what if you want to be an investor in real estate? How do you do it? How do you start? What do you know? How do you know if you know anything? Are you terrified? Are you excited? There are all these different emotions where you have this idea. I'm sure you hear it in the news all the time. Real estate, especially the way, I don't know, in the other parts of the world, but in Canada right now, things are a little volatile.
Yeah.
So with financial gains, as far as, do I take my money and put it into stocks and bonds? When you are talking to Araceli and I, we're going to tell you real estate all day long.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
Of course. So investing in real estate has really given us different things in our lives, has really helped us in our own lives personally. So we are coming from a position of, we've already done it. We've walked the walk. We talk the talk. We really want to share the information with you so you can fulfill your goals too. So that's number one. Step number one is
know yourself. So you have to know yourself, because you want to know why you want to start investing in real estate. There's many little things there, like, you want to be a passive investor, you want to be an active investor. What skills do you have to bring to the table? And why? Like, what's the purpose of it? Your money goals, all of that kind of thing has to be in there. You really need to know yourself, because you're starting a new venture. This is not something that you can do, you
just like you're either all in or nothing, but you have to know there's so many different levels of how to invest. Do you want to be a silent investor, or do you want to get your hands wet? Are you handy? Do you want a fixer-upper? These are all the questions that Araceli and I can help you answer as well, if you really don't know who you are or what the questions are to ask. So that's why we do the show. That's why we pick up our phones to say, hey, what are your needs? And let's go through that list.
Exactly. And that reminds me that if you want to continue having this information, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Okay. So that was the first one. So know yourself. The second one, which is super, super important, is know your financial position. And I'm going to tell you more about that, because that's my passion. That's how I basically got started, to know about investing, creating wealth, build wealth. And this is not something that you need to take lightly. You need to really deep down into, where are you positioned? Do you have a full-time job that is secure? Well, there's no job that is secure, but I mean, have you been doing this for a while, right?
Or you have tons of money burning in your pocket currently, and you want to know where to put it.
Where should I invest it? Or are you just started in a new job? What is your financial position? Do you have a partner, whether it's your spouse or someone you live in? Sometimes your partner is your brother, your sister, or a friend, right? It doesn't have to be somebody that you're involved with. But the position is, are you sharing expenses where you live? Are you currently in a home that you own, or you want to buy your first home? What is this? You got to be in a position that you know exactly where you are, because now you can determine, well, my first step is maybe buying a home. Maybe my next step is buying something that is maybe a multifamily that I can live in one unit and rent another unit. Maybe you just want to go ahead and buy something. Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry. I was going to mute myself, but I don't know how to do that so fast.
So there's also another scenario in what you want to maybe invest in another area, maybe in another country that is far away. That's what I do, right? I buy houses in the US because they are more economically make
It's a better
sense.
return.
Their return is way better, right? So sometimes people don't have a home on their own if they live in Canada because of the prices, but they're able to get a property in the US that they can start renting, and from there starting to generate more income. So you really need to know how far do you want to do this and your personal situation and how much money you have to start with. Right.
And yeah, and it's like, this is the thing, we could talk all day about this, but really, if you don't know where to start or how to start, you know, do I invest $100? Do I invest $1 million? What is that going to look like? How much do I plan on getting out of it? You know, really, it's not, there is some magic to, if you want to call it magic,
yeah,
but there is no unicorn that you invest $100 and you end up with $1 million after. I've never heard of that. I've never seen that personally.
No, I haven't either.
Right, but there's also time. So time is a factor. How much time do you want to spend on this? How much time do you have to sit on the property too before you see a return? So all these things have to be knowing who you are, what kind of investment do you, how much money do you have, etc. So there's a lot to be figured out before you even spend a dime, before you even open up your wallet.
So this basically takes us into number 3, which is to select a strategy. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy houses to rent? Are you going to buy houses to flip? Are you going to do short-term rentals like an Airbnb? Are you going to just lend money to people so they can go ahead and do some transactions and then give you a return? What is it that how do you want to set it up? That's the strategy part, right?
Right.
And so Colette, do you have anything to say about this?
Not really, except for going back to you and I mean, like, this is really, I found that was the hardest thing for me to go it alone when I bought my first property, to say, you know, I kind of know what I want and I kind of know what to expect, but really to find the right people, to go through the motions with them, ask them the right questions, understand, like, there's so much information out there. What is correct? What isn't? All these things. The law makes a big difference as to where you invest as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I really, the only thing I can add to that is hire the right people.
Yeah, which is number 4.
But it's also, they all have something to do with each other. So to hire the right people means they can also help you strategize and come up with who you think this is the best scenario for you. If you really don't know, even at the beginning, to say, what kind of investor do you want to be? This is the thing that you really want to consider, is talk to a professional first, then get all the answers.
Yeah. And if you are like hiring the right people, is basically going local, or hire a coach that it's already doing what you want to do. Right. I've seen so many people, especially in Canada, because of the prices, they want to invest somewhere else that is a little bit more economically oriented to what they have. Right. So going to the States is one of the things that I specialize on, but you also have to have local people helping you, not only a coach to guide you through, but having the right lawyer, having the realtor in the area, having people, contractors. That is, as you know, in real estate, probably the hardest profession to have consistency with.
Right.
And you need to be there or have somebody on the ground if you're going to do it far.
Yeah.
So that's what you need, a team that is doing what you want to do, and that they're local, because that's so important. They know the rules of that specific area,
Right.
And the prices, remember, the prices are going to be different as well. So
the rules, everything is different. The rules are different. The laws are different. The amount of money you can make will be different. And honestly, the team approach, if the team approach is not for you, you just want to go it alone and be a silent investor, absolutely. You can find those great companies too, people that you're honestly finding the right people, even for that, to be a silent investor. There's a lot of shysters out there. You have to be very careful to deal with a reputable company to make sure what you're signing, the legal documents with that, are on par with whatever country you're buying in. So, or investing in. So that really hiring the right people should maybe be number one. That's the most important thing, I think, to make sure that they have your back, right?
Yeah. And so the last one is, after you have done all of these to find out what your goals are, figure out your money, having the right strategy for you, having the right people, guess what? Now you have to take action.
Action!
Exactly. Because a lot of people, they just do research and research forever. And that's
the hardest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that people get there and then they get cold feet. They don't have, and I can say this about myself as well. I had cold feet. I put offers on about 4 different properties before I actually went through. I went ahead and said okay to the last property. You hear stories like that all the time when you just gut instinct too. That's not even on our list, but that's something that will come with all the questions being answered and knowing everything that you can about the area, hiring the right people, knowing yourself, if you can even handle this emotionally, you have enough time in your schedule to do it too. There are all these questions that before you do anything, before the action, the exciting, you have to do all that research.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, Colette, if people don't do it, no matter how many books you read, how many people you talk to, you need to select an area and do it. Go ahead and
can I say the one thing that I wasn't expecting out of investing, being an investor, is the confidence that it gives you, the pleasure that you don't realize, the good part of feeling and doing this and knowing that you're even helping people too with jobs or with housing, things like that. It's really fulfilling, and there's no book that will tell you how that feels. You have to experience it for yourself, really.
That's right. So it's just like going to a place, right? Like you may have all the pretty pictures that shows you something.
Right.
It's never the same until you're actually there. So that's the same thing. And remember, without action, you'll never be able to put into use anything that you have. Anything
you can get close,
right?
It's just like anything else.
Yeah, just think about how you can take a course on playing the piano. You can know all the keys, but if you're not actually touching them and doing it yourself, you're never going to get better at it. This is the same with anything, not just real estate, but just look at it that way, that you need to action. I always say that real estate is a contact sport. You really need to go out and do it.
Yes.
Punch it.
No, don't punch anybody.
Don't punch anybody. Just
but execute. Yeah. I think the execution, honestly, there's nothing better to doing something for yourself, feeling empowered, especially for women who are in a place where they have the money to invest and to really go and be proud of yourself for doing it, whichever way that looks for you. Yeah, that's your journey. So we recommend going for it, talking to us, getting more information, knowing who you are to invest, and just go for it. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
We're
excited for you.
Yeah. It is so exciting to see people that they start from nothing and then get their first house. It is really a good feeling. So just to recap on that, if you want to become a real estate investor and don't know where to go, the first one is know yourself. Know your skills, know what you want to do and why you want to do this for. The second is to figure out your financial situation. That is going to be able to give you the power to start moving. The number 3 is select your strategy. Are you going to be an active investor? Are you going to be a passive investor? Do you want to just rent a room? What do you want, right? And then one of the most important things is hire the right people. You can hire a coach, or you can start looking at different realtors, even accountants, lawyers, property managers, if you're going to do it far away. And the last one, that nothing is going to give you best, is you need to act. You need to start doing it, right? So I hope this helped you. And if you have any questions or you want to know how to get started, give us a call, okay? We'll see you at the next one.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Bye, Colette.
Bye.
Thank you for being here on the show. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when there are more shows available. And if you would like to have more information on how to start investing in real estate, please visit my website at www.aracelihernandez.com. Thank you.